Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will present about a project assignment for subject DMFD 2433 Instrumentation and Control. The title of the assignment is A Study of an Instrumentation and Control System in Plastic Bottle Filling and Capping. Our group number is Group 3. The name of the group member is first we have Muhammad Azmin bin AZAHAR. Then Muhammad ASHRAF bin SAMSUDIN, Muhammad AQIL AMIR bin LUTPI, Muhammad NAIM bin Muhammad AZAMI, Muhammad SYAKIR IQBAL bin Muhammad YUSOF. Our lecturer name is Encik Mahasan bin Mat Ali. Next, we'll move to the content. Key topic discussed in this presentation is current instrumentation device used in this application, new instrumentation device or sensor to improve the automation process. Next is schematic diagram of overall new process, and advantage and limitation of device or sensor for new improved automation process. Predictive maintenance planning for new overall system, and lastly is conclusion.
Current instrument device used in this application. So basically in this part I will be explain to you on the previous on the video, which is the method and the background of the method. So from the video of filling and capping at the link above, uh, this method is called PLC, which is program program programmable logic control. So it basically all in we control it all in instrument and kind of method lah. So in here, filling machine are requirement used in packaging industry to fill containers. So it can contain most of the liquid gases, paste, and powder. So the system incorporates a piston and a shrink to fill the empty bottle, and the filling head is responsible for filling bottle with water. After that, this assembly push the bottle via an extremely rotating disc. If you can see the video from the video, following this, the assembly move the bottle. The next phase, where is it roll down the system a complete product.
This is for the new instrumentation device sensor to improve the automation process for the filling and the capping method. First is a proximity sensor, which changes to the capacity sensor. The capacitive proximity sensor uses an electrostatic field to detect the variation of capacitance between the sensor and object being detected. Capacitive proximity sensor can detect both metallic and non-metallic target, granulate, liquid, and solid form. Thus make them ideal for sight glass monitoring, tank liquid level detection, and hopper powder level recognition. For the second, we change the pneumatic actuator to the hydraulic actuator. A hydraulic actuator consists of a cylinder that uses hydraulic power to facilitate mechanical operation. And for the hydraulic actuator, provide the greatest overall force and power density you can get with any actuator design. Hydraulic actuator motor have high horsepower to weight ratio. They are extremely forceful and produce a tremendous amount power for their size and make it much more affordable. And for third one, resistant temperature detector, RTD. For the safety precaution on this project, it is wisely if the temperature sensor been used in this kind of thing. A temperature sensor is a device used to measure temperature. An RTD works by using a basic principle as the temperature of a metal increase. So does the resistance to the flow of electricity. When relay or any system overheat, it will automatically stop the machine from operating. Okay, this is for the schematic diagram of overall new process. We have the power supply. We input PLC, programmable logic controller, push button 1, push button 2, we use the capacitive sensor. We change to the proximity sensor to capacitive sensor, and we use the resistance temperature detector. And for the output, we still use a motor. For the first one, this is for the motor for the conveyor, and with solenoid, and this lamp. This motor for the twist, and this motor for the hydraulic actuator is a capping, motor capping one. This last is this for the motor for the conveyor for the last.
My name is Muhammad Azmi bin AZAHAR. Today I want to talk about the advantage of a sensor for new improved automation. Firstly, the capacity sensor. The first one, has a better sensitivity compared to the proximity sensor and can operate with a modulus force magnitude. And secondly, it also capable of detecting thick object as well as liquid. So filling and capping bottle operation will be easier because of this sensor that has capability to detect liquid like water. In addition, the cost of the sensor are much affordable compared to other sensor. Secondly, hydraulic actuator. The main advantage that hydraulic actuator is have high force capability. Even with a smaller cylinder, it can produce much force. Not just that, this component also have a simple design. So the worker can handle this filling and capping this water bottle machine easily because of the simple design. And the last one is the resistant temperature detector. This component has a stability maintained over long period of time. That means it have a good reliability and longevity. It will reduce the company modal or cost of maintenance because it doesn't have to change quite frankly. Last but not least, so it will make the worker to work much more easily and faster.
Okay, my name is Muhammad IQBAL bin YUSOF. So I will continue for the presentation. Okay, for the next presentation is about limitation of device or sensor for new improved automation process. Okay, for the first one, capacitive sensor. First, it is extremely sensitive to change in the environment such as temperature and humidity. Then, capacitive proximity sensor is not so accurate compared to inductive sensor type. And the last one, effect the measurement of the water inside the bottle while performing filling operation. Okay. For the second one is about hydraulic actuators. Firstly, this component is limited motion control capabilities. For the second one, hydraulic cylinders encounter issues when multiple pauses and velocity variations are part of the motion profile. And the last one, other than that, this component also has temperature sensitivity, which is hydraulic cylinders performance is influenced by both hot and cold conditions. Okay, for the last one is resistant temperature detectors or RTD. Firstly, this component is slower response time than a thermocouple. In addition, this component also had a higher initial cost. And the last one, RTD also need a more complicated measuring circuit. Okay, for the next slide is about discuss predictive maintenance planning, which is including calibration planning for new overall system, which is there is two elements in this slide. Okay, for the first one is about remote condition monitoring. Okay, firstly, data collection connectivity, which is a location to process and store data, and methods for informing and displaying data in an actionable manner. Then for the next stage is to process and store the data. This metric can be transmitted straight to the cloud or in cases where the data is large enough. They can be processed on the edge and provided to the cloud as actionable data. For the second element is maintenance planning. Firstly, maintenance planning is a type of maintenance that keeps track of the performance and condition of equipment while it is in use to minimize the risk of failure. Then, maintenance planning has several cost-cutting advantages, including reducing schedule downtime, improving equipment longevity, increasing staff efficiency, and lastly, increasing income.
And for the last is conclusion. The purpose of the present project, which was created with the help of programmable, logical and controller, was to contribute to the industry in order to meet demand. The main objective of this paper was to develop a bottle filling and capping system based on certain specification. This was successfully implemented. A lot of additional features like user-defined volume specification, etc. were added in the different stage in our work and the desired result were obtained. We consider this paper as a journey where we acquire knowledge and also gain some insight into the subject which we have shared in this report. That's, and this is the end of our presentation, and thank you.